We have a really fun video for you today. We're going to be dry canning some seasoned ground beef with my friend Christine. She is a new canner and she's enjoying it, but she's still a little intimidated. So I think if you're a new canner as well, you're really going to appreciate her questions and concerns. And if you are a seasoned canner, I think you'll appreciate watching the whole process of dry canning ground beef and why I choose to do that rather than to add water or beef broth to my ground beef. So we're starting with 8 pounds of ground beef, and I'm going to send you over to Christine's kitchen and just let it roll. We had a really good time, and I hope you enjoy it as well. This is Grow and Preserve. I'm Carter, and I'm glad you're here today. Okay. Oh, no, I'm way too close. All right, let me just get this little narration done, and then, then we'll get back to it. Okay. So the normal way to can ground beef is to fill it up with water. But honestly, the texture that comes out of that, it's kind of, it's almost like maybe like a Beyond Meat kind of thing. It's kind of like a textured soy protein. It's nasty. So anyway, I don't do it that way. I do a dry canning, and that's what we're going to do today, because there are so many recipes I like to use this for, and I also like the meat dry when it goes in. So if I'm going to make tacos, here's a taco salad. If I'm going to make a burrito bowl, if I'm going to make whatever, savory meat pie, I want my meat to be dry. I don't want to have to squeeze it out. So anyway, I think you'll find this much more user-friendly. So let's get back to Christine. She's got 5 pounds in right now. We'll put another 3 in, and we'll try to get 8 to 10 pint jars out of this. All right, Missy. Put your salt and garlic in, I think, if you like.
Okay, I like to use Redmond salt mixed with herbes de Provence, straight from Provence. That's my special mixture there. And Carter told me about this great tool here. This is a ground beef smasher, and I don't know what I did without it. It's just awesome.
I'll link it down below.
And then when I add in my garlic, I like to use this frozen garlic from Trader Joe's. Carter will also put a link to that down below. It's so easy, and I don't have to smell like garlic. And I just throw it in.
So it's already crushed, and it's frozen in little cubes.
Little cubes, just like this, and I just pop it right in.
Is each cube the equivalent of a clove?
Yes.
Okay. So you've done some plain ground beef. Have you used any of your plain ground beef yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
So I've done, under the tutelage of Carter, of course, plain ground beef, plain chicken. We've used the chicken for chicken salad, which was amazing. My husband Rod loved it. We did jam. We did a chutney. We did chili. Oh, I've used the chili. Excellent, excellent.
Then we've done. What else do you want to put on your shelf?
What else?
You want some meals in jars, right? Whole meals in jars?
Whole meals in jars. I'd like to do beef stew.
Okay.
Yeah, beef stew or some kind of stew that I can just open it up and put it right in the pan and let's go.
All right, we'll do that next. Beef stew is easy. I just did a Brunswick stew. You don't need corn, right? So we would do it without the corn.
Right.
But it's delicious.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Okay. Now Carter, why? So Carter has told me that we must use pint jars. Why pint versus quart?
Well, because it's just the two of you, for one, so we're going to get
Yes.
almost a pound of ground beef. in each jar.
Okay.
So if you opened a quart, you know,
have
unless you had
leftovers.
a big group, you'd end up with lots of leftovers sitting in your refrigerator that you'd have to use within a couple of days. So, and if you do have a crowd, if Jack is home or whatever, you can always use 2 pints.
2 pints.
Yeah. So it just gives you more flexibility. Big families are gonna probably wanna use a full quart.
So really it's dependent on the size of your family.
Yes, and what you wanna, you know, what you wanna make with it, right?
Yeah. I would like to can tomato sauce, like a, like a pasta sauce.
We can definitely do that.
So that then you have the sauce and you have the meat and here you go.
Yes. And you can also can it together. You can can the meat in your sauce already if you want.
Oh, that
I
would
do
be
that
great.
with, we like hot sausage in ours.
Wow.
So I do it that way, but I've also done it with ground beef.
Ah, that would be lovely.
Yes. I'm going to be canning sauce with the rest of my tomatoes if they will ever turn green. So I do what I call a trifecta sauce, which is tomatoes, onions, and garlic all roasted together and then blended up and pressure canned.
Oh,
and it's
nice.
delicious. It just means that I don't have to pull out the onions and garlic again when it comes time to cook.
Oh, let's do that.
Okay, I can
I
do
like
that.
that. Now, you mean if they ever turn red? The
Yes.
tomatoes?
Oh,
Okay.
did I say green?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Okay. Yep. Nope.
I had to
We're
take
red.
all my tomato plants down, and I actually just got rid of the green tomatoes. Was that bad?
Yes.
So you took the tomatoes off the plants, and they will turn red?
Yes. Not all of them, but most of them will turn red. And then I have a couple of recipes to use the green tomatoes for. So
I just got rid of all of them.
yeah. So
Oh.
you could do a green tomato relish. You could do a green tomato and apple chutney. Sometimes referred to as a mincemeat, although there are lots of different definitions for a mincemeat. But you can do lots of fun things with green tomatoes.
So how do you ripen them?
You just put them on a dining room table. Like
Really?
Yeah, I have a.
Do you have to put them in the sun?
They can go in the sun, they can go in the darkness, depends who you talk to. I've done it both ways, and I don't really see a difference either way.
Oh my gosh. See that? I got rid of all my green tomatoes.
I have about
Not next year.
Yeah, no, not next year. I have about 7 boxes of them sitting on my dining room table, and I just move them over into the right box when they're ready to go, and then I get those ready and stick them in the freezer until I'm ready to make sauce.
Oh, wow.
So that's looking pretty good there, Christine.
Okay.
Let's get that.
Do you think it's all cooked?
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be cooked for 90 or for 75
Oh,
minutes in here, so it's
right.
fine. All you want to do really when you cook the ground beef is make sure that it doesn't glom together and prevent the heat from the pressure canner being able to get through and kill any type of bad pathogen, botulism, E. coli, any of that. All of that gets killed in the pressure canner. But if it can't permeate the food because you just stuck a hunk of raw ground beef in there, then that's a problem. All right, so we have 8 pounds of ground beef all cooked up. She added some salt and some garlic to taste. We have 8 jars ready to go. And we're gonna pile them up and stuff it in there and see how many we get. 8 to 10 is my guess.
And do we keep it an inch?
Yes, but we're gonna stuff it down. Where's a regular spoon?
Okay. How's that?
Stuff it, stuff it, stuff it.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you want the air to go through?
It will go through because it's cooked into little crumbles there. There you go. I'm just gonna shrink down when it pressure can, so you don't want to end up with not much in there. Okay, now you can add some more. So we want to stick to an inch headspace. So we have drained off the vast majority of the fat.
How's that?
Perfect. Alrighty.
Okay.
So you can see we're about an inch of headspace. We're not going to add any water to that. And it's going to stay nice and dry enough to cook up and crisp up when you go to use it. So Christine, we made the dry canned potatoes over at my house one day, and you cooked them up the other day. Tell me how it went.
Amazing. Best potatoes I've ever had in my life. We smashed them,
Yes.
put on a little salt and pepper,
Uh-huh.
little
Some
olive
oil.
oil. Did I just? I always have to refer back to Carter's videos. Unless I've made them 5 times, then I'm good. But other than that, I have to refer back to her videos all the time. But they were amazing.
They are delicious, aren't they?
Oh. I made them for my husband and our son, and he loved them. I can't wait to make them for our daughter when she comes home for Thanksgiving.
But I'll put a link to that video up above. So I have 2 to 3 inches of water in the canner. Christine has the big canner that makes me so jealous. She can double stack. So if we end up with more than, I think 8 of the wide mouth pints fit in a row. If we end up with more than 8, we'll double stack. So I have about 2 to 3 inches. I go up to my knuckle of water in the All-American canner. So if you have a Presto canner or a different type of canner, follow those directions. It's looking good. Tell me where the white vinegar is and I'll get that so we can clean that.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'll start that part.
Carter's suggestion, put it in this nice container here, little label, and you're ready to go. Link at the bottom
Link, well, yeah, I'll put a link down below.
for those containers.
Yeah, I will.
Keep it all organized.
So I'm just going to clean the rims so that we don't have anything that could interfere with a good seal. Also, when you do this, you check, make sure there are no cracks or nicks or anything in your jar. Right, I'm gonna grab a couple lids. Always brand new lids when we're pressure canning. Put the ring on until it catches and then just a smidge further.
So you put the lid on tight and then go back a bit, correct?
You can do it that way. I don't backtrack.
Ah.
I put it on just till it catches and then just turn just a little bit further.
I see, okay.
But the other way works just fine. A lot of people do it the other way too. This is just the way I learned. This one. Right, I'm not clean the rim on this one. These look as they're going to go into the canner. They will shrink down a little bit, but we've done a pretty decent job here of packing them in. She should still have enough meat in here to make good sized portions for 2 people, even 3 if she, adds it to soup or mixed spaghetti sauce or something.
So it's pretty much a pound a jar.
Yeah, a little shy of a pound. is good for 2 people. Now, if you were doing a ready meal, you would want either a quart if the 2 of you were having, say, beef stew, or you would each have a pint.
Oh, I
so
see.
if Rod wants lunch and you're not here or you're not hungry or whatever, he can grab a pint and then there are no leftovers. He can heat that up and eat it.
Okay.
I like to do that for David, otherwise he sits around waiting for me to come home.
Right. We're gonna have a little extra.
Well, check it out and we'll see.
Well, we used it all.
Perfect. And we got 9 jars.
Wow.
Nice.
9 jars out of 8 pounds.
Yep.
Wash my hands.
All right. Get these in the canner.
Okay,
Out of
let's
the
see.
way.
Now, talk to me about. Do you have the water boiling?
No, not boiling because the jars aren't screaming hot. Even if they were screaming hot, you wouldn't want it boiling. Just want it warmed up. You want
Warmed
the temperature
up.
to be about the same as the jars and the
Okay.
food in them. Because if you have a big temperature shock, the jar is going to crack.
Okay.
You're going to get to use your second level.
So exciting.
know.
I'll get the second level out.
All right.
Okay, and I'll put these over here.
Where did you put the second level? In your hand. Alright, I'll bring you over here so you can see that. Okay, so you can see I have, how many jars did we do? We did 9 jars. So I have 6 on the bottom, 3 on the top. And I'm jealous that she can do so many. I would have to do a second load.
And we're doing this as tight as possible.
Yes, well, not like so we can't get it undone. At the end. It's not a spaceship. We're closing up. So once we get this all sealed up, we'll take the temperature up a bit and wait for it to come up to temp. You'll hear it start boiling in here. Eventually steam will start coming out of right here. And once that happens, kind of with a vengeance, we'll set the timer for 10 minutes. We'll put on the weight. You'll know by now that I am below 1,000 feet above sea level, so I use 10 pounds of pressure. If you're above 1,000 feet above sea level, use 15. And if you have a Presto canner, follow their directions because they are slightly different above 1,000 feet. All right, so let's crank it up then so it heats up. Okay, so everybody's stove is different. Mine I heat up on medium. Looks like Christine is closer to high on her stove. So we'll keep an eye on that and we'll be back when it starts to blow some steam.
Oh, we get the flowers too.
Okay. Okay, so we're starting to have some steam come out here. So we're going to let this get going just a little bit more and then we'll set our timer for 10 minutes. You see it?
I can hear it more than steam it. This is the scariest part for me, and that's why I am under Carter and her tutelage. Okay, now I can see it.
Yeah, now you can see it.
Actually, I can see it better with my glasses
All right, why don't you go ahead and set that timer for 10 minutes.
on. Wait a minute, let me see. So that's steady.
Yeah, it's steady
Kind
enough.
of,
Yeah,
huh?
it's steady enough. It's blowing hard when it blows.
Okay, 10 minutes. Oh, timer, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I think you can kind of hear it better than see it.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep it on high like that?
Yes, until we put on the weight, and then we'll bring it up to the point, you know, where it rattles, and then we'll take it down to the point where we can hold the rattle. All right, so we're going to give this 10 minutes and put the weight on, and then we will be back to show you the final result. So excited. In the meantime, we have cracked the Prosecco.
Prosecco and canning.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah, although we did get the important part done before we cracked the Prosecco.
Yes.
So we're going to go sit down and chat and be back with you as soon as it's done. Okay, our timer's just gone off. We're at 10 minutes. Do you have that toggle? You have it on the 10?
10.
Okay, so Christine's going to put the weight on.
This makes me a little nervous. But I'm going to be brave for the camera.
Okay, so we'll wait for this to start jiggling, and we'll get it to where it jiggles anywhere from, yeah, you know, 2 to 6 times a minute, and then we'll set our timer for 75 minutes.
Is that okay? Water's coming out?
That's it.
Okay. And then don't we want to watch to make sure that doesn't go over 10?
Yes, but it'll get to maybe 11 or so, but this will be jiggling too much if it goes too high.
Okay.
So we really pay attention to this.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back.
Wait a minute, sweetie, and there's buttons.
There's buttons. You're camera shy. Oh, buttons, turn around. Say
Buttons
hi.
likes to can. Buttons, come on.
Aw,
Don't
you're
be
so
camera
shy.
shy.
Say hello. All right, we'll be back. All right, everything is done in the pressure canner, so we're going to take it out. We have had our dinner, we've had our cocktails, and we're ready to go. All right, you want to take the weight off first? Here, you may want this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It can be hot, so you got to be careful. Make sure there's
Just
no
release the
pressure.
pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's unscrew.
Okay. That one wasn't on.
Oh, it was. It just, okay. So now turn it just a little bit and let the steam come out just a bit. Don't stick your face in there because it'll be hot. There you go. All right, see the steam coming out. Just want it to come down kind of gently. You've already sealed. So they've already sealed. So she did it right.
I do.
Put your hand under them.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Okay. Oh. Is that the
that's
right way?
Uh-huh. Now, look how gorgeous that is. It's perfect. It did shrink down a little bit. You can see it's still bubbling. It made some of its own juices. So much better than when you can it in water and it just comes out like yuck. Gorgeous.
Do we leave the caps on or we take them off?
Leave the bond for 12 to 24 hours.
Okay, everything
Yeah.
stays on for 12 to 24
Yeah,
hours.
just leave it exactly where it is for 12 to 24 hours.
Okay.
I want a knife to get that out.
Okay.
They look beautiful. Everything is sealed so far.
These, are so amazing. Link at the bottom.
They are amazing. Probably the best oven mitts I've ever had.
I can't believe I waited that long for those oven mitts.
I know, right? That's beautiful. So that's easily 9 meals on the shelf for the 2 of them.
Yeah, this is wonderful. They're still boiling.
What are you going to make first?
I think I'm going to make spaghetti sauce.
Spaghetti sauce.
Spaghetti
All
meat
right.
sauce and tacos.
Yeah, tacos be good. Tacos be really good. Burritos and those cassava tortillas too. Those will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to let Christine choose the video we're going to send you to next. I'll let her pick her favorite. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Oops.